Hey, today you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Yeah, that's me behind the steering wheel of my car right now. Hey, I'm in Los Angeles, California, and at a workshop, and a lot of us are talking about, well, we're working on self-development. And some of our self-development, we talk about some of the obstacles in our life and some of the things that are slowing us down. And believe it or not, forgiveness keeps coming up. Now, yeah, we want to forgive our parents because we thought they didn't bring us up properly, or our siblings for always fighting with one another and scraping a knee or pushing each other down and banging our heads. But how often do we learn to forgive ourselves? You know what I mean? Sometimes we did someone wrong. Maybe we were the knuckleheaded brother or sister that pushed the other sibling down the ground and made fun of them and caused them trouble in their own lives. Have we ever stopped well, first of all, we need to ask forgiveness for them, or at least apologize and ask forgiveness. But regardless of their outcome or the answer from them, if you and I can't forgive ourselves for being stupid, basically, then how can we forgive others? How can we learn to be more loving and caring if we can't forgive ourselves for our own wrongdoings? And quite frankly, you and I have plenty of wrongdoings in our life, I'm sure. Maybe even lying to our parents. Mom might say, hey, I want you home a certain time for dinner, for instance. And we might make up excuses. Well, Mom, I couldn't make it home. I flat tired my bike. Or I got distracted. Or my girlfriend said this, or a car cut me off there, or. Okay, we did that. And let me tell you a little secret. Most of our parents already know that we're lying to them, that we're BSing them, that we're less than truthful and honest. Why? Because they've been there themselves. Now, all they do is want us to come clean and say, yo, Mom, I just got busy and had other priorities. Yeah, Mom and Dad will get mad at you. Of course, they're supposed to. They expect more from us than we do ourselves sometime. But after we ask Mom and Dad's forgiveness, and we always should, because quite frankly, they're doing the best they can with what they know. Now look around you. Look at people between 18 and 26 years old. Yeah, 18 and 26 years old. Those are the kids that are having kids. Those are the ages that most people start having children. So you want to look at where we came from. Look at those kids right there. That's kind of the age I was when I started having kids of my own. And kids don't come out with any manuals how to work them, how to operate them, how to even care for them. And we have to count on grandparents or the rest of our community to help us out. But we need to forgive ourselves, because we were maybe not the best parents. Maybe something else is going on in our lives. Maybe we didn't have a good relationship with our own parents, and it caused problems in our relationship with our own kids. Okay, I get it. That stuff does happen. But when are you going to forgive yourself? When are you going to forgive yourself for not knowing or being afraid or just the uncertainty of your own life? We all have our own insecurities. Yeah, we all have our own insecurities. So what are you doing to make it better? And quite frankly, learning how to forgive yourself, learning how to forgive others, learning how to possibly open up your mind to other options to make life better for you and all those around you. Those are kind of big deals. Now, in this workshop I'm attending right now, we're talking a lot about those big deals, how we can come up with different endings to our story. For instance, maybe our parents never made it to our games. I mean, my parents didn't come to see my wrestling matches, and I blame them a lot for me not succeeding and being the best wrestler I could have been. I blame them. And that was my story, not realizing they couldn't come to the wrestling matches because Dad usually worked long hours, and Mom was always cooking for us three boys, well, four if you include my dad, and they were tired. they couldn't make it, and Mom hated to see the violence that could be in wrestling. For one reason, she didn't like Dad to bother her. And Dad, quite frankly, if he did get home early from work, he enjoyed a little free time with Mom while the kids were away in sports. So I didn't see that. I was a little selfish myself at a younger age, and I didn't quite see the bigger picture. I was all like, woe is me. I don't understand why other kids' parents are there all the time and you weren't. So it bothered me for many years, probably till a dozen or so years ago when I finally asked my dad's forgiveness before he passed away, and more importantly, learned to forgive myself over those issues and the way I was feeling. That was my story, something I kind of made up and really wasn't even true. It was true in my life, but didn't realize and see the bigger picture. And we often do that. We see, for instance, our neighbors, our best friends might have, they would take nice vacations, live in bigger houses, the parents have nicer cars. And we get mad at our own parents thinking they're not smart enough. Well, Mom and Dad, our dad isn't smart enough, and that's why we don't have a nice house or a brand new car like my friends have. You know, we don't give them enough credit. They're still doing the best they can, like you said, between 18 and 26, and often they've followed in their own parents' footsteps, trying to, earn a living, do the best they can, and especially if you're having kids at a young age, your most important thing you're looking for is health insurance. Health insurance. A lot of these other people that are really successful, either they went to college early and got those degrees to get those good jobs, or started their own business and had a different outlook in life, and nothing was stopping them. But when you're having kids at an early age, most people should be looking into health care and stability. If you're starting a business, there's no guarantee you're going to make any money. At least not right away. And that's a tough thing to understand and handle. But the bottom line is, forgive yourself, even if you decided to get that job in the steel mill or the power plant or join the military like I did, for stability and, just to make sure everybody was safe and taken care of. I didn't always take the chances I should have at an early age, or I would be much further ahead, at least in my financial well-being, than I am today. But I'm working on it. Better late than never, but I did discover there is life outside the military. There is life outside of Youngstown, Ohio. And there's life out of formal education. Forgive yourself for your decisions. You're doing the best you can for your kids and for you. For you. And all of us have done someone wrong. And a lot of us, not a lot of us, I can't say we're all criminals, but we've all sinned against other people in one way or another. And we need to, make amends and say, I screwed up, I was a knucklehead, please forgive me, let me help you. But somewhere down the line, even if that other person doesn't want to forgive you, you better find a way to forgive yourself. Life's too short to live with regrets. And once you forgive yourself, you get rid of a burden. And you figure out the other person didn't forgive you. It's kind of their problem, their issue they have to work out themselves. But you and I, we don't know our last day on earth. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. We need to get rid of the stress and pressures in our life. And a lot of those stresses and pressures, we put them ourselves. We put ourselves in problems and issues, and we don't know how to deal with it. So find a mentor, find a coach, find a organization where you can learn how to air your grievances and probably, more importantly, deal with your own issues and your own problems. The sooner we work on our own problems with our parents, our siblings, our teachers, our employees, our loved ones, the sooner we can be better, get rid of the stressors, and we can be better people to those around us. Better, we can learn how to be a better son, father, cousin, uncle, brother, friend to others. Once we learn to deal with our own issues, forgive ourselves, and more importantly, just understand We're all in this together, and every one of us has something that we're dealing with. Every one of us has some situation that we're dealing with. Please, don't look down at each other and get mad at someone might be cutting you off in traffic. Well, maybe that's a bad example. I get mad when I get cut off in traffic. But we have to forgive ourselves when we act stupid and try not to do it anymore. Your life depends on it. And so does everyone around you, because regardless, however you act affects so many people. Your parents, your kids, your friends, your neighborhood. So act appropriately at the best times you can. Forgive yourselves and forgive others. This has been In the Office with Joseph Skoda. I encourage you not to be a knucklehead. I love you. Take care now. Bye.